Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. Today we have the Clan War League finished up, and this means, well, we have our in-game ranking. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the top clans. And today in the video we want to take a look at their secrets. Like, what is the best strategies right now? What are they using? How do they use this? And let's take a look at that. We were invited by Nolex. They were in the top 4. Actually, the top 5 is all pretty similar, like only the percentage is different. That's how close it was. Like every single clan in the top 5 has the exact same star amount, which is kind of funny, but this means only the percentage is different. So let's take a look at one of those top 5 teams, which is Nolex. And we're starting things off with the first attack, and this is an attack strategy which I have to say I'm super hyped about. That is actually, it came up. I think it's a really cool strategy, and what this is basically, it's like a specific version of Blizzard LaLo. In Blizzard LaLo, typically you have like a Blizzard blimp, and then you have like the follow-up with the heroes and so on. This one though is completely different because it's completely messing with the rules of like LaLo, where you always have the warden with the LaLo. This time around you have the warden actually with your heroes, so you try to push as far as possible into the base, and at some point where you think, hey, the warden ability, this might be pretty good, at this point you're adding a blimp, and this blimp is supposed to get to the town hall, get to anywhere where you want it to go, because it's really hard to defend. The only counter, to be honest, at this point is like a NATO, which is rotating or like keeping the blimp in place for too long. But since the warden ability is so long, it is crazy. And right now we can see that on your screen. We had the hero dive really getting a lot of value. And now we have a super archer blimp actually. So you want to make sure that those arch towers and, those inferno towers are going down as well and everything. And this is exactly the reason why he brought actually those super archers, because they have a bigger range and they can still take down just so much. It's really incredible. Just take a look at that. He's keep going. He's investing every single spell into his opening. Like, he has no spells left for the LaLo. He has no warden left for the LaLo. At the same time, he has left no base for the LaLo, because let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the damage. Town Hall is down. Eagle is down. Clan Castle is down. Royal Champion is down. Defending Queen right now is taken down as well. Scatters are down. X-Bows, well, there are like 2 X-Bows left, but they're on ground, so they does not count for LaLo. So all of the X-Bows are taken care of as well. There's one single Inferno Tower as well left standing, and guys, this is not going to be enough to somehow save this base. Over 60+%, I guess, like going for more percentage obviously would have easily collected more percentages, but still, like, this LaLo is only cleaned up, and this is something which I'm really looking forward for some teams doing it, because I think it's such a cool strategy. It's so powerful, and especially combining this with like rocket loons as well, because they have typically no spares left at this point, is such a cool move. Really looking forward to see that in the pre-qualifier and maybe even the qualifier. That would be so cool. But this right now, or like, this is my strategy to watch, in my opinion. It is amazing to do. But if you're saying like, okay, it looks cool, and I agree in everything, but I myself can't do this. And obviously I want to share secrets, I want to share tips with you guys and strategies with you guys, which everyone out there can actually do. Let's jump to the next attack, which is going to be the new air spam strategy. Like, this strategy actually is replacing Electro Dragons completely in Legends, and the reason for this is that there are so many counters for E-Dragons. Like, if you actually, like in Legends, plan on getting attacked by E-Dragons, there are so many possibilities which you can do as a base builder, where the attacker has no chance to do anything about that. So for example, spreading out the buildings a little bit, making sure that those chains are not connecting to every single important building, making sure that there are air skeletons, trash CCs, which means like mass archer CC and so on, and all of those things are making the life of E-Dragon players really hard right now. And this strategy right there is kind of the replacement. So you played exactly the same. You saw the beginning, 2 rages on the flanks of the dragons, everything exact the same. The only difference is that this strategy is just so much more powerful on any base. So for example, Electro Dragons are really depending on the enemy base. If it's like a compact base where you have good chains and everything, good value, awesome, easy 3-star, because E-Dragons are really powerful. But if the base is not really that good against it, you have no chance. You might be the best E-Dragon attacker, but still you have no chance. So 3-star with this attack strategy though, it's completely different because those dragons are always reliable, always consistent, and the same thing with the Inferno Dragons. So this combination of air hybrid or whatever you want to call it is super effective right now in Legends. And if you were already an Electro Dragon attacker, try this out. It's super effective. But now let's take a look at a ring base, because as I said, you can not only use this for the Clan War League, but as well you can use it for Legends if you want to really get into this strategy. So let's take a look at what exactly he's going to do next, because I mean, so far he has done pretty good with that. So obviously pathing is king, so you need to make sure everything is funneled correctly. Now in the Slammer, so he's not even using the blimp, he just wants to have the additional power of the Slammer, tanking out black mines, providing some damage, and opening maybe some walls so the heroes can actually get way further into the base. He's trying to get into the clan caster as early as possible, so if there's any hound in there, if there's like an ice golem in there, things like that. And the next cool thing about the dragons, is that they're not activating the town hall unnecessarily with their bounces, with their chains. Instead, they're going nice and collected through the base. Even though at this point with the double multi-inferno tower is not looking too good. I think a couple of spells were placed a bit too early, but at this point the key thing with this strategy is to take down the core. As long as you can take down the core, which means like most of the time the X-bows, your heroes have no threat on them anymore, which means the Royal Champion on the back end can do whatever she wants, and it's most likely still going to be a 3-star. So let's take a look at that, if the Royal Champion can actually save this, because we have the Queen ability already used. We have the Royal Champion at the top side. We have the Unicorn healing up the Queen, trying its best. And now the Unicorn is actually switching, transitioning over to the Royal Champion. It's actually surviving, so the Royal Champion is getting healed up again. And this one is going to be a 3-star as well, because there's no defense left. And that's exactly what I want to say. I want to highlight that this strategy is super powerful against like any base. And this is a strategy which they use kind of often. So if you want to have a strong air composition, go for it. It's one of the easiest right now out there, so feel free to do that. But now let's take a look at a strategy which is kind of in between if it comes down to the difficulty, okay? Like it's not as crazy complicated as like a, I don't know how you call that, Hero Dive Blizzard LaLo? Is there already a name out there? I don't even know, but either way, now let's take a look at the strategy which is kind of in between, and we are talking about Blizzard Hydra. So this means we're starting off with a Blizzard, and one thing which Reen told me that at this point the only thing what you need to get is pathing, and if you get the town hall, like that's already GG most of the time, depending on how good the base builder actually trap versus dragons and dragon riders. And to be honest, if you're in the Clan War League, most of the people do not really try to defend that first priority. So if you can just blimp the town hall with the Blizzard, just go for it. The main thing, as I said, is pathing and the town hall itself, which you're normally always creating with taking down the town hall, because the town hall is such a big building. So taking that already down is a huge thing. Heroes on the outside, dragons in, and let's just get the party started. So this is so far looking really good. He's just sending in the dragons, the dragon riders, freezing up the defending heroes, because that's kind of annoying otherwise. Make sure and really be careful with sending in your headhunters if you have not lured out your, the defending clan caster just yet. Otherwise, there might be a hound in there, even though you tried to avoid the clan caster range with your heroes. So really be careful with sending in a random headhunter. On this one, the hound was popped, or like the hound was lured over anyways. And now we have the dragons slowly making their way through, even though it looks like they're slowly dying out. And yes, they are, but as long as they can take down this core, the Royal Champion can yet again clean things up, because we talked about it already. The main threat to heroes is either Inferno Towers set to single, which not too many people have, and the next thing is X-bows. X-bows deal a ton of damage to your heroes, so if you can take down the core where most of the X-bows are, that's looking awesome for heroes on the back end to finish off the base. This base obviously being maxed as well is supporting quite a bit and hurting quite more on those dragons and dragon riders. And this so far is looking really good for him, because, well, he has a couple of dragons, a couple of dragon riders left. The Royal Champion with her abilities still left alive. The Queen with her abilities left alive as well. And this one is looking yet again really, really promising from Reen. As I said, Town Hall is gone. Pathing is there. Dragon riders and dragons can smash the base. That's how you can do it. And we can see that's yet again another 3-star. and those were the most used strategies. And this is maybe something which you want to pick up as well for your own Clan War League for the next month, or maybe even train it first. That's probably the best thing. Train it first in normal Clan Wars, or maybe in friendly challenges, and make sure that you're mastering that for the next Clan War League. Either way, that's it with the strategies. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. The group of them actually was pretty good. Obviously, they had a little bit luck because there were 2 clans in there which wanted to demote. And since there is no demote button, they have not too many choices. But except that, they had a really strong strategy. Overall, 4 teams over 300 stars. I think that's not too bad. And yeah, GG's obviously to every single clan there. Best of luck to all of the teams competing in the next week's pre-qualifier. And well, I'm super excited that for that. I really hope for more Hero Dive Blizzard LaLo attacks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye bye.